individuals engage in business or practice or profession, regardless of the amount of sales or receipts, are required to file quarterly income tax returns for first quarter on or before May 15, second quarter on or before August 15, third quarter on or before November 15, and end of the year or the annual ITR is on or before April 15. Unless the taxpayer signifies an intention to elect the 8% income tax rate in the first quarter income tax return or the initial quarterly return of the taxable income after the commencement of the new business or profession, the taxpayer shall be considered to as having availed the graduated income tax. Such election shall be irrevocable and no amendment of the option shall be made for the said taxable year.
So in other words, once na nag-elect na yung taxpayer na gusto niya yung 8% income tax yung babayaran niya, it should be at the beginning of the year. So this will be irrevocable for the rest of the year. So there should be a signify niyang intention niya to elect yung 8% na income tax. And with it, merong deduction, fixed deduction of 250,000. And another thing is that yung gross receipts niya / sales would not exceed 3 million. So in order to be eligible dun sa 8% na income tax na yon. So otherwise, he will be assumed na yung gagamitin niya is yung graduated income tax table. Ito yung tax table, yung sa train law. Ito yung gagamitin niya. That is the assumption. If there was no election of that 8%. A taxpayer who elected to pay the 8% income tax is not required to attach financial statement to the final income tax return end of the year. However, existing rules and regulations in bookkeeping and invoicing receipting shall apply. A taxpayer who elected the graduated income tax or who is required to be under the graduated income tax regime shall be required to attach the income tax return financial statements and if the gross sales or receipts for the year exceeded 3 million pesos. The financial statements must be audited financial statements. So let's take up these examples. So cumulative data as of end of first quarter, that's 800,000 for gross sales and cost and expenses of 300,000. Second quarter, that's 1.2 and 700,000 and cost of sales, cost and expenses. Third quarter is 1.8 and 800,000 of cost and expenses. And for the year cumulative, that's 2.5 with a 1.2 cost and expenses. The income at the end of each quarter and end of the year, letter A, if the choice is 8% income tax. So let's take up the 8% first. So gross sales of 800,000 less fixed deduction of 250,000. So you have taxable income of 550,000. Income tax is 44,000. Let's just multiply that 550 by 8% and you have the due of 44,000. While for the second quarter, we have a 950 taxable income. So you have 76,000 income tax at 8%. So ililess natin yung tax no first quarter na 44,000. So meron pa siyang due na 32,000. While on this third quarter, we have a income tax of 124,000 and niless natin yung 44,000 ng first quarter and second quarter na 32,000. So we have still 48,000 due. While for the year end, meron tayong 180,000 na income tax. And minus natin yung galing dun sa first year na 44,000, second quarter, and third quarter na 48,000. So we still have a due of 56,000. Now going to letter B, the choice if it is a graduated income tax and deduction was for cost and expenses. So makikita natin dito, first quarter, 800,000 yung gross sales niya, less mo yung cost and expenses na 300,000 yung nandun, given yon. So you have taxable income of 500,000. So meron kang graduated income tax, papakita natin mamaya kung paano nakuha yung 55,000. So meron due pa na 55,000. While for the second year, we have a taxable income also of 500,000 and graduated income tax of 55,000. So i-less lang natin yung sa first year, which is pareho rin, 55,000. So zero yung due niya. While on the third quarter, ni-less lang natin yung 160 yung graduated income tax niya, and yung income tax niya nung first quarter is 55,000, zero naman nung second quarter, so may 105 pa siya na due. And nung itong year end, so yung cumulative niya is 2.5 million na gross sales, and yung cost and expenses na also cumulative at 1.2, so may 1.3 na taxable income. So yung graduated income tax na using the tax table, yung train law, it's 280. So ililess natin yung first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter na taxes na 55,000, 0, and 105. So meron pang due na 120 sa year end. Okay, after deducting the taxes on the first, second, and third quarter. Now so ipapakita natin dito yung computation yung kanina doon sa graduated income tax table. So let me just share you the screen. Here you go. So as you can see here dito sa graduated income tax table, so this is under train law. So makikita natin yung mga nakalagay dito na amounts. Now this is already adjusted, no? Effective 2018, yeah. So not over 250,000, zero yung tax niya, okay, 0%. So over 250,000 but not over 400,000, that's 20% yung tax niya. Basta nandun sa loob ng bracket between 250 and 400. And yung excess ng 250, excess over 250, should be, yun nga, dito tax nga ng 20% na yun. Okay? So dito naman, yung isa pang bracket, the third categories from 400,000 but not over 800,000. So may automatic tax yun kagad pagka pumasok ka dito sa bracket na to na 30,000. And 25% in excess of over 400,000. So kung lumagpas ng 400,000 yung taxable income, yung excess nun, ita-times pa ng 25% in addition to sa 30,000. And of course, and so on and so forth dito sa mga iba pang brackets na yan. No? So take up natin yung kanina kung paano nakuha yung tax na 55,000. So ganito lang yon. So this is just yung taken from that same info. So 800,000 yung sales, and then yung cost and expenses is 300,000. So there is a taxable income of 500,000. So titignan natin dito. So the tax due is, okay, so titignan natin dito. So makita natin dito. So dito siya, so between 400,000 and 800,000. So meron na siyang 30,000 na tax. So lagay natin dito 30,000 dito sa first quarter. Okay, so first quarter. So meron na siyang 30,000 base doon sa taas. And in excess of 400,000, which is 100,000, kasi 500,000 yung taxable income niya, so 500 less 400, that's 100,000 multiplied by 25%. Okay, so ganito ang mangyayari niyan. So 100,000 yung excess multiplied by 25%, so 0.25. So that is 25,000. So that's why kaya yung mapapansin mo yung tax na 55,000 dito nakuha yan. Okay, for the first quarter. Now, ganun rin sa second quarter. So subukan natin dito sa second quarter kung magkano yung tax niya. Okay, so this one, yung 1.2 less 700,000. Well, of course, ganun rin ang lumabas. 500,000. So most probably ganun rin yung kanyang magiging tax, 55,000. Whereas dito naman, okay, dito sa 1.8 and 900,000, so that's about 900,000. Okay, so nandun na siya dito sa bracket na ito. between 800,000 but not over 2 million. So meron siyang 130,000 na automatic tax na dito. So this is 130,000 for the third quarter. And tapos in addition to that, since over 800,000, 30% of excess of 800,000. So multiply lang natin yung of course 100,000 ulit kasi 900,000 less 800,000 is 100,000. So multiply by magkano ba yun? Ilang percent ba? By 30%. Ayun. Okay, so that is also yan. So 160. And of course, ima-minus mo yung mga taxes na nabayaran doon sa first and second. Okay? So as we can see again dito sa example, sa complete example, that we have yung 160,000 ni less yung 55,000, and then since zero naman yung dun sa sa second quarter, so zero, so meron pang 105,000 na due. And then for the year, so kukumputin mo lahat yun, cumulative na yun, 2.5 less 1.2, so we have 1.3 as taxable income. So punta ka rin dun sa tax table na yon, and you'll get 280,000. Okay, and then minus lang natin yung 55,000 for the first quarter, second quarter is 0, and for the third quarter tax is 105. So you still have a tax due for the year of 120,000. So if you have any questions, any suggestions for a topic, just write your comment. Of course, subscribe and share. God bless and stay safe.